Hi there, I'm Zayden from the Human Resources team here at C3PO, Coordinated Pirate Parties Paraphernalia of Orlando. Today's EEO training video will focus on an important Florida state law that protects employees, job applicants, the Florida Civil Rights Act of 1992, and particularly Statute 760.10. As managers, your hiring decisions directly affect the compliance with this law, and more importantly, they shape the fairness and inclusivity of our workplace. So first, we will look at the law, what it is, and who it covers. Florida Statute 760.10 makes it unlawful for any employer to discriminate against any person in hiring, promotion, pay, or working conditions based on race, color, religion, sex, national origin, age, if over 40, disability, marital status, genetic information, and pregnancy. This applies to all Florida employees with 15 or more employees, which includes us at C3PO. Importantly, sex under this law means that hiring decisions cannot be influenced by someone being male or female. It is the qualifications, experience, and abilities that matter, not gender assumptions. So wrapping up interviews for our warehouse assistant role, and one candidate really stood out, great resume, forklift certified, tons of experience, but she's a woman, and I'm just not sure that she can handle the physical side of this job. There's that one guy, Brett, who's not quite as experienced, but feels like a better option to me, in my opinion.
Can you just clarify what makes you think that? Because I just don't understand how a male with less experience is better than a woman with tons of past experience in this job. Your hiring choice is not making much sense to me, honestly.
It's just that warehouse work is demanding. I don't want to set her up to fail. It's just easier with a guy in that kind of role. And we typically hire males for this position, and I feel that it may be the best option we have. Always had someone successful with them in the past.
I think you need to stop. Honestly, what you're suggesting could be a violation of the Florida Statute 760.10. Hiring decisions based off of gender is a form of illegal discrimination. You can't decide someone's capabilities based off of their sex, especially when the person is as qualified as the woman you just interviewed. It's not unfair to not hire her, but it's also unlawful if you don't hire her.
I didn't mean to discriminate. I just thought I was being realistic, given that we've hired more males in this role, and I don't want to have any unsuccess due to hiring a woman.
I know that you want the best for the team and all, but I think the best choice isn't going to just be based off of male or female, but it's based off of who's most qualified, regardless of their gender. If she can already meet the job's physical requirements, passes the interview, and even you said she's most qualified for the job, she definitely deserves the most full consideration compared to any other candidate.
The situation reflects a real challenge that the warehouse team leader faces, letting unconscious bias affect decision making. But the law and our values demand we focus on facts, not assumptions. The right approach: assess whether the applicant meets the objective requirements of the role. If physical ability is necessary, apply the same job-related criteria to all candidates regardless of gender. So what happens if someone witnesses or experiences discrimination here at C3PO? Here's how to report it. Internal reporting. Speak directly with your immediate supervisor or any member of HR. You can also use our confidential HR hotline or email to document your concern. HR will conduct an impartial investigation, and retaliation is strictly prohibited. External reporting. File a claim with the Florida Commission on Human Relations, FCHR, at fchr.myflorida.com, or contact the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, EEOC, at eeoc.gov. These agencies are empowered to investigate and enforce employment discrimination laws. At C3PO, we celebrate diversity, not just because it's the law, but because it makes us stronger as a company. Every qualified applicant deserves a fair shot. If you're ever unsure about how a hiring decision aligns with the law, reach out to HR. We're here to help you make the right call.